place is this?
That kite, it reminded the little girl so much of her friend Carole. So free and graceful, yet tormented, as if by adverse currents, by the other girls at Bunny Hall.
Oh, and who would you be? Have you perhaps seen a bespectacled bunny?
Even the owl ignored her question and just stood there, staring at her, with those eyes, red like blood. But the little girl had no time to waste. She had to track down the bunny, and so she began to follow in its tracks. And the girl, filled with a chilling sensation she could not explain, dove into the water. So the little girl fell, and fell once again.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive deep into one of the most unique and fascinating upcoming horror games of the decade, Bye Sweet Carole. This game has been in development for several years and has captured the imagination of players around the world thanks to its unusual combination of hand-drawn Disney-style animation and disturbing survival horror elements. Developed by Little Sewing Machine, the new studio founded by Chris Darrell, best known as the creator of the Remothered series, and published by Maximum Entertainment, Bye Sweet Carole is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious narrative-driven horror titles of 2025. The official release date is October 9th, 2025. And the game will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC through Steam. Both digital and physical versions are planned, and the physical editions will feature reversible covers, art books, soundtracks, and other collector-style bonuses, showing how much care the team is putting into the overall presentation of the project. At its core, Bye Sweet Carole is described as a chilling narrative horror experience with platforming and puzzle elements. You play as Lana Benton, a young girl investigating the sudden disappearance of her best friend Carole. The story begins in Britain at the start of the 20th century, a time of political and social change with the women's suffrage movement in the background, but the main focus is the creepy Bunny Hall orphanage where Lana lives. The orphanage hides sinister secrets, and as the story unfolds, Lana discovers a parallel fantasy world known as Corolla, a strange dying realm inhabited by unsettling creatures. Lana's journey takes her between these two worlds, uncovering mysteries through letters, clues, and encounters with bizarre characters, all while trying to find out what really happened to Carole. One of the most distinctive gameplay mechanics in Bye Sweet Carole is Lana's ability to shapeshift into different rabbit forms. This feature allows her to reach hidden areas, escape from terrifying monsters, and solve complex puzzles. The transformation ability adds variety to the platforming gameplay and creates unique opportunities for stealth and survival. Lana must sneak through dark corridors, evade the horrifying tar bunnies, and face the terrifying owl antagonist Mr. Kin, a villain that stalks her throughout the game. Other characters, such as the mysterious hooded figure known as the French, and the enigmatic friends and foes she meets in Corolla, add further layers of mystery and tension. The game blends old-school survival horror with 2D platforming and puzzle solving, resulting in an experience that is both familiar and innovative. Visually, Bye Sweet Carole is stunning and completely different from other horror games. The entire game is created using traditional hand-drawn 2D animation inspired by classic Disney films and the golden age of animated cinema. Every frame is filled with detail, color, and life, yet twisted into something darker and more sinister. The bright cartoonish style is deliberately contrasted with frightening imagery, gothic lighting, and psychological horror themes, making the world feel like a nightmare inside a children's storybook. Chris Darrell has described the game as a mix between Disney-like aesthetics and Hitchcock-style suspense, which is clear in the way the game uses visual charm to mask underlying terror. Influences from Snow White, Alice in Wonderland, and other classic fairy tales are visible, but they are presented through a lens of unease and dread, turning childhood nostalgia into something deeply unsettling. The gameplay trailers and promotional videos released so far reveal a heavy focus on atmosphere, storytelling, and exploration. Players will guide Lana through Bunny Hall, Corolla, and other haunting locations, uncovering secrets and piecing together the truth behind Carole's disappearance. The trailers show darkly lit hallways, eerie gardens, mysterious letters, and sudden encounters with monstrous beings, building a sense of constant tension. One clip even teases fire imagery surrounding the French, suggesting that this character may have a deeper role in the events leading to Carole's disappearance. The overall tone is that of a fairy tale gone wrong, a world where every familiar element of children's animation has been corrupted into horror. The creative team behind Bye Sweet Carole is packed with talent. Voice actress Elsie Lovelock plays Lana Benton, bringing life to the main character with emotional depth and vulnerability. Anthony Ingruber voices Mr. Kin, capturing the menace of the villain, while veteran Lonnie Manella lends her voice to multiple characters including Ms. Fisherin and Old Mildred. Jeffrey Hedquist voices the narrator, giving the game a fairy tale storytelling quality, and Brandon Feig, known for his work in previous horror projects, joins the cast in a mysterious role. The game also features a haunting soundtrack composed by Luca Balboni, whose music blends eerie tones with cinematic melodies, heightening the tension of the gameplay. To add to its global appeal, the developers confirmed full voice acting in both English and Italian, marking a major step forward compared to Daryl's previous projects. While much of the official story is kept secret, fans and critics alike have begun speculating about what might unfold in Bye Sweet Carole. We know that Carole has left behind secret letters addressed to an unknown correspondent, and we know that Lana's journey will take her from the orphanage into the dangerous realm of Corolla. It's possible that Corolla is a world created by Carole herself, perhaps a dreamlike refuge that has decayed into horror, or a trap designed by Mr. Kin to ensnare innocent souls. The presence of the French suggests that there may be political or historical themes interwoven into the story, and some fans believe Carole herself may not be the innocent victim we imagine. She could reappear as a changed or corrupted figure, challenging Lana to confront not just external horrors, but also the betrayal of friendship. Others speculate that the game may use symbolism tied to fairy tales, presenting twisted versions of beloved characters in ways that highlight themes of innocence, lost, curiosity punished, and the dangers of fantasy as escape. What is certain is that Bye Sweet Carole is not simply another horror game. It is a bold experiment in combining the nostalgia of hand-drawn animation with the intensity of psychological horror. By merging the beauty of a classic cartoon with the atmosphere of survival horror, the developers are creating a new kind of experience, one that feels both familiar and completely original. The mixture of platforming, puzzle solving, and narrative storytelling ensures that the gameplay will be as varied and immersive as the story itself. With its October 2025 release date approaching, anticipation continues to build, and players worldwide are eager to finally uncover the secrets of Bunny Hall, step into the twisted world of Corolla, and discover the truth behind Carole's disappearance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this deep dive into Bye Sweet Carole. Drop a comment with your theories about the story, and subscribe for more updates on the biggest upcoming horror games. See you next time.